So we are doing a recap of Drew's experience tracking macros. So I just have a few questions for him. Obviously, he was a beginner. He's seen me do it, but he's never done it for himself. And the reason he did it is because he lost a bet.
That's right.
Per usual with the bets that we make. So my first question is, was tracking your macros as hard as you originally thought?
No, it wasn't. I felt like it just takes the initial investment of time and learning of the process of figuring out the app, whichever app you use. And
What app did you use?
I use MyFitnessPal. And then just getting used to either weighing your food, or you can scan the barcode or whatever. But getting used to that, it can be kind of frustrating sometimes. But honestly, no, it wasn't as hard as I thought it would be.
Okay. Which macronutrient category, so that's either carbs, fats, or proteins, did you have the hardest time hitting? And was it because you were like over or under in whatever category?
I would say probably the easiest one to hit, which if anyone has done it, they would know is the easiest to hit carbs. You can hit carbs with pretty much anything. I would say protein would definitely be the most difficult just because it takes a lot of meat, lean meat, and also other alternative sources of protein that maybe most people don't naturally eat. You have to kind of look for them in the grocery store, whether it's Greek yogurt or protein bars or egg whites, those types of things.
Yeah, so I always say like be intentional about your protein, like plan your meals around your protein, because if you don't, and I think you had this a couple days, you'll get to the end of the day and have like a lot to catch up on. I think there was like a few days where Drew started with like a caramel macchiato and like something from, I don't know, QT, like a donut or something.
Had some sugar in it.
Yeah, and so he was pretty carb heavy in the morning, and then at night he had to make up a lot of protein.
Drink some egg whites at night.
So, good one. What were some things that okay, so I just mentioned the caramel macchiato, but what were some like fun foods or like more treat foods that you like cared enough to fit into your macros and like kind of plan your day around?
Yeah, I mean, even the got a little bit of a sugary drink, in the morning, but if that's something, you want, which I did those days, I honestly could still fit it in. I could still hit the goals that I was going for. It just took a little bit more effort to get the protein in and keep your carbs down for the rest of the day. But really, if there's something you really want, you can make it fit. You just have to, I learned that you can't do those multiple times in one day. It's really just maybe once or twice.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And you also, I remember one day you told me like drinking your calories is kind of not worth it because you ended up not being as full that day.
Right.
So.
And I didn't burn as many calories that day. I didn't exercise as much that day. So yes, if it was especially hard that day, frustrating to drink calories as opposed to eat them. But then on the days that I did work out and burn a significant number of calories, then it wasn't as difficult on those days, even if I did have maybe a cheat meal or cheat food, I guess I would say, then it wasn't as difficult on those days. So I guess if you are working out regularly and burning those extra calories, then it's not as difficult because also those carbs can fit nicely into that diet. So.
And then talk a little bit about your goal. So you started tracking with like a cutting goal. So you were like initially a little bit hungry. Because you were in more of a deficit than you were used to.
Right. No, I cut the calories. Obviously, that's not what I'm tracking, but I definitely cut the amount of calories a certain degree because I wanted to lose mostly fat, obviously, but weight. And so yeah, it can be. I was a little hungry at points, but for the majority, honestly, I wasn't very hungry. And yeah, I lost in 5 days. I lost 3 pounds. So
So, I mean, Drew doesn't really need to lose a lot of weight, but he,
no.
like, you have different goals, and he just wanted to do that a little bit. And then, last question, thanks for doing this. Are you, like, could you see it as a tool that you would use in the future, or are you going to keep using it for a little while right now, or is it something that you're like, okay, I did it, I understand the concept, but it's not for me?
I think for me personally, if I want to achieve a goal, with my diet or with, body mass, losing fat, whatever. If I have a goal that I want to achieve, I would definitely use it. And I may not use it every day of my life because there will be times where I'm not trying to achieve a goal, in that sense. But if I do, which I will in the future, want to achieve a goal, then yes, I would definitely use it.
So you think it's a really practical way to like be able to be flexible with your foods, but still know that you are reaching the goals that you set for yourself.
Right, and yes, definitely. And once you learn how to do it, and get some training on it, and still don't know everything, but it's something that you can definitely use in the future. And then if you need to take a few days off and not use it, that's fine too. And you can suspend your goals, I guess, for a few days, and then get right back to it, which is kind of what I've done the past 3 days over the weekend.
It's been really busy.
So.
Yeah. So thanks for doing it. Thanks for watching, and I don't know if we'll ever do this again, but here's your one video.